Hello everyone, good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss an important topic in electronics, that is field effect transistor. This topic is very important from the examination point of view also, especially for degree 2 honors student. So let us start. First of all, the heading is field effect transistor. As you know, the transistor is a three-terminal device. You are familiar with BJT, bipolar junction transistor, in which three terminals are emitter, base, collector. But today we are not going to learn BJT. You already know about BJT. We are going to discuss about field effect transistor. Actually, we want to compare this transistor with BJT, bipolar junction transistor. See here, BJT is a bipolar junction, but this transistor which we are going to learn today is field effect transistor. Actually, it is a unipolar transistor because in this transistor, only one type of charge carriers, majority charge carrier, that may be electron, maybe holes, are in active here. So current is due to one type of majority carriers, that may be holes or electrons, and that is why we call it unipolar. Another most important difference from BJT to this transistor is that whereas BJT is a current control device, in case of BJT, collector current is controlled by input current. But in the field effect transistor, we will see later that here output is controlled by the field applied to the gate, voltage applied to the gate. So this is a voltage control device, field control device. That is why we call it field effect transistor. Now we will discuss about field effect transistor. I am reading here. The field effect transistor, simply FET, is a three-terminal unipolar semiconductor device. The output current is controlled by voltage applied to the gate. Okay, that is why the device is called field effect transistor. As I discussed few minutes before, the current in a FET is carried only by one type of majority carriers, maybe electrons or holes. It is also called unipolar transistor. There are several types of FET, but basically there are two main types of FET. First, junction field effect transistor, simply we call it JFET. And second, insulated gate field effect transistor, IGFET. Most commonly call it metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, MOSFET. I think you have heard the name of MOSFET. So our focus will be only on JFET. In the today's video, focus will be on the JFET. So junction field effect transistor. First of all, we see its construction. See here in the figure, I come to the directly figure. This is, you can see, this is N bar. Okay, this is N bar, and these two portion here. This side I am showing in figure, this part. Actually, this is N bar, N type bar, or here opposite polarity means P type is diffused on both sides at the middle. These are, see here, this portion here, this one and this one. These two are ohmic contacts, means direct electrical contact. You can connect wire here. One ohmic contact acts as a drain, another ohmic contact acts as a source. And these two are internally connected. It is gate. So there are three terminals: drain, which, this is the terminal, sorry, here source. We start from source. This is the terminal through which majority charge carrier proceeds towards drain. This is the drain. This terminal, through this terminal leaves the majority charge carrier, and this is the gate through which majority charge carrier moves. Here depletion layer is formed, so a channel is created here. Okay, and this is the symbol. Here N type bar, so it is N channel JFET. Here I have written N channel JFET, and opposite to here you can see this is P channel JFET. Here P type bar and opposite polarity N type is diffused, and this one is gate, this is drain, and this is source. Okay, and you can see symbol here, arrow, this arrow, okay, is towards this arrow away. In N channel JFET and P channel, this one is P channel JFET and this one is N channel JFET. Okay, now circuit symbol of N channel, P channel JFET are shown in figure. The arrow on the gate terminal signifies the direction of the conventional gate current when the gate source junction is forward bias. But in normal situation, the gate source of junction is reverse bias. So these are the symbols for N channel JFET and this is P channel JFET. So there are three terminal: first source, second drain, third gate. You may recall emitter, collector, and base in BJT. It will help you to in memorizing. And this one is channel, which we will discuss later on also. A schematic diagram of JFET is shown in figure. See here. Actually, now we will focus on N channel JFET. Okay, so this is N bar, N type bar, and here this one is P type, and gate, we apply gate voltage here, VGG, gate voltage, and you can see here this negative terminal is connected to the gate directly and positive terminal is connected to the source, this one. Okay, here source. So this is the connection of between gate to source, and obviously this arrow will represent, or this arrow indicates that you can change the voltage between gate and source. We can measure the voltage here. It will give the voltage between gate source. Now come to the right side. This is drain. Okay, and this is source, and a battery is connected here. Here VDD means voltage applied to drain terminal and connected between drain and source, so it will give the voltage between drain and source, VDS, and it is the drain current, ID. Okay, here you can understand better in better way. See here, this is the diagram all here. VGS, voltage between gate source. VDS, voltage between drain and source. Actually, we will apply voltage at the gate and VDS is changed and not the drain current. So our VGS is changed. So depending upon the situation, we will discuss. The necessary circuit for the operation of N-channel JFET is shown in figure. A positive voltage VDS is applied across the drain and source here. This one, VDS. And another voltage VGS is applied across the gate here, this one. And in a direction to reverse bias the PN junction between the P-type gate and N-type channel. The voltage VDS causes the majority carriers to flow through the N channel from source to drain. See here. If here this is source, this is N chain N bar. So when you apply the negative positive voltage here at the drain, electron will be attracted and electron will move from source to drain. Okay, source to drain. Actually, electrons move from source to drain, but the drain current is drain to source. Here I have written. Okay, the voltage VDS causes the majority carriers to flow through the N channel from source to drain. The drain current ID flows from drain to source. Now on the two sides of PN junction, there are depletion region. See here. This is P type, this one. This is P type and this is N bar. So you have read in PN junction diode at the junction holes and electron when combined there is a depletion region. So already depletion region is here. Depletion region which extend into the channel. These regions being free of mobile charge carrier because there is no any mobile charge do not conduct current. The reverse bias VGS favors these regions. Therefore, as VGS increases, the thickness of the depletion region increase. VGS increases, the thickness of the depletion region increases. It can be cleared here. As you increase the VGS, voltage between gate to source, what will happen? More and more electrons will combine with the holes and there will be depletion here. But you can see depletion this side. I am showing in figure. Depletion this side is more than this side. Means depletion thickness is more at drain side than source. Why? Because as we move from source to drain, the voltage drop increases to a drain side. So here more depleted. And one time will come when the thickness will be so large that this channel width, this one, through which electron, I am showing here, this one, channel through which electrons pass will be obstructed. Now drain current may reach to 0. So it can be shown through graph. Actually, we have to study drain characteristics of JFET. Drain characteristic of JFET means a curve plotted between drain current. Actually, we note drain current. How? By changing the drain to source voltage at a fixed gate to source voltage. This one. So actually, what we do? First of all, we put the value of VGS 0. Means we do not apply any voltage at the gate. And we increase the voltage VDS and not the drain current, and graph is plotted. That graph will give or represent drain characteristics or static characteristic. See here, this one. Here it is, you can see here VGS is equal to 0 volt. At 0 volt means when the voltage at the gate, come to the figure, when the voltage is not here means it is 0. Then What exactly we get? Then correct. Yeah. In order to explain the regarding shape of the curve, which I was telling about the here. What is the curve? It goes first upside. You can see this one, this one. Here, line is straight, means linear. But at this point, you can see here there is a turn, and now this portion is straight, and at this portion sudden rise. So there are three parts. This part, okay, this part which is saturation region, because in this region even increase in voltage between gate and source, there is no increase in drain current. Here drain current increases linearly, and at this position we can see in figure there is a sudden large. Okay, I'm coming here. In order to explain the regarding shape of the curve, let us first, consider the curve corresponding to VGS0, means no reverse bias on gate. For VGS is equal to 0, the conducting channel is almost entirely open at a small drain to source voltage. The N-type bar acts as a simple resistor and the current ID increases linearly. As I told you, current increases linearly with VDS. This explains the initial linear region of the curve, this one. This part is the linear region, this part. So here this part is linear region. You can see here I have written here ohmic region, linear region. Now second, with the increase in current, the ohmic voltage drop along the length of the channel reverse bias the PN junction, and the channel begins to be narrowed down. Because this voltage drop is progressive toward drain end of the channel, the reverse bias effect is strongest near the drain and the depletion region. As I told you here, you can see in the figure, this one. Here width is more, here width is less. Why? Because as you move from S to D, there is a voltage drop, and that is strongest voltage drop near the drain side. So here more is the thickness and narrower is the channel width. Okay, depletion region is widest there. Eventually a value of BDS is reached at which the channel is self pinched off. As I told you, when both sides will become large, the channel width will be very very small and there will be no current. Almost ID will be 0. This is the saturation region or pinched off region. Okay, this is the pinched saturation region, this one up to here. Now this is the breakdown region, because here sudden or large. Come here. Okay, beyond a certain value of BDS, however, avalanche breakdown occurs and the current increases rapidly with the slight increase of BDS. This is the breakdown. So we have discussed three regions. First, ohmic region, linear region, this portion. Second, saturation region up to this, and third, breakdown region. Now in the last, we will discuss about transfer characteristics, which is here, here. this graph is transfer characteristic which is drawn from ID saturation, mean ID means drain current and VGS get to source voltage, and the graph is like this. Okay, I hope you have understood this video. If you have any problem, you may ask. Due to lockdown, you can't contact directly, but you can contact through social sites such as WhatsApp, Telegram. So, as you wish, thank you.